the stars. Ron Masak, Brett Summers, Gary Burghoff, Astin, Richard Dawson, and Joyce Bulifant as we play the star-studded Big Money Match Game 75. And now here's the star of Match Game 75, Gene Rayburn.
Hello there, Johnny Olson. Got them all riled up, John?
Yes, they're okay. What are you mumbling about?
I said I was just trying to figure out who CBS canceled. Whose wardrobe did they give you?
It was ABC that canceled the show.
Is that an old Gene Berry suit?
Oh, you really? Okay. All right, Ron.
That's it, right?
I'm not a...
You know, I
no, don't even bother to write because I'm not going to call on you.
Barry, just noticed something. You're taller than I am.
I am taller than you?
Just noticed that. That's incredible.
No, that's just a feeling again.
Is that right?
Yes.
From looking up.
Let's say hello to the champ over here, Janice Robertson. Hello, Janice. How are you?
Fine.
Janice won a game. She got her $100 for that. Then she went all the way to the top.
Now we go on our honeymoon.
Now, on $600, you're going to have a honeymoon?
Yes.
Well, listen, what are you going to do if you get the $5,000 additional?
We need furniture for the house.
Okay. Well, we'll see how that works out. Furniture and a honeymoon in a minute or so, right here on Match Game 75. Here she is again. Second time up here. Janice Robertson. Wrong. First time, right?
First time.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure you were paying attention because I'm not.
I hope not the last time.
Now, listen, you won the $500, and that means you're going to play for $5,000 now.
Right.
And to collect that, you've got to match one of them over there. Head-to-head, this has to be an exact match. Whom do you choose?
Richard.
Okay, Richard, get ready to write. Janice will face me. And here it is, the $5,000 number. Poker blank. Poker blank. All right, Richard, he's finished. Now, Janice, we ask you to give us an answer which you think will match his. What do you say to that? Poker blank.
Player.
Poker player. Oh. What would you say? They say mostly chips. Now, wait a minute. El Weirdo over there might have said poker player. You never know in this show. So let's find out right now. She says poker player will match you, Richard. What do you say?
Who ordered the chips?
The chips. Everybody in the audience said chips. But, you know, I thought of player and chips, and that was kind of a hard decision. But you did well with it. You got your $600. You ready to meet another player, Janice?
You sure am.
Okay, here comes Robin Denson. Hello there. Hi, Robin.
Hi.
You want to step back up there now that it's stopped? Robin, you know Janice? Robin, would you please tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and all that?
Yes, I'm a sophomore at the University of Southern California, majoring in drama, hoping to be discovered someday.
Shall we discover her?
Yeah.
You're an aspiring actress.
Yes.
And you're a sophomore.
Yes, I am. 19 years old.
You're 19 years old.
Just last Monday.
Nobody's 19 years old. I'm going to belt you right in the mouth. She's 19 years old. You're a very pretty
Isn't she
lady.
pretty?
We wish you the best of luck in your life and here, too.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go. Robin, please make a selection.
B.
B it is.
Yes.
This is it. Everybody except you, Ron. Just lay out. That's all. Dumb Dora is so dumb. I thought you'd never ask. She's so dumb she thinks a panhandler's
Not as dumb as somebody else I know.
She's so dumb she thinks a panhandler is a man who works in a blank. Dumb Dora's so dumb she thinks a panhandler is a man who works in a blank. A panhandler. A panhandler.
I got it. I'm just...
Put it down there.
Dumb Dora's got a sister.
You don't know what a panhandler is? Well, I'm sorry, I can't tell you because
You don't know
those
what a
are part of the rules.
panhandler
Everybody's
is?
ready. Robin, do you know what a panhandler is? Or?
I think I do.
All right. Dumb Dora is so dumb.
So dumb.
She thinks a panhandler is a man who works in a blank. Yes.
A utensil department. You know where they sell pans and stuff? You know, hardware, pottery and...
Let's all together give her one O and be done with it. Okay, thank you for that.
You know where they sell pots and
Yes,
pans?
I understand. A panhandler is somebody, a clerk in the pan department. Yes, like a hardware store,
Yes,
something like
like
that.
a hardware
What do you
store.
say?
Initially, I was thinking of a hospital aide, but I decided to go against...
That's the answer.
That might have been the answer, but I went ahead and said where I handle all my pans. In the kitchen.
Panhandler's a man who works in a kitchen. Yeah. All right, Brett.
We may have to have a little meeting about this, because I think that's a cute answer and very good, and I don't like all that references to hospitals. I may be there. I haven't been well, you know. I said a panhandler was a person who worked in a pot factory.
A pot
Now, is
factory. Well, no, she said in a retail establishment where they sell the stuff like a, houseware store or something like that.
I'm
Close there, but no
terrible.
cigar. Now you, Gary.
Professionally speaking, I said a restaurant.
A restaurant kitchen. Okay, Dumb Dora so dumb she thinks a panhandler is a man who works in a blank. She said a utensil department there.
I said restaurant.
Restaurant. We're hitting
Sorry.
all around it, Robin, but we haven't matched you yet. Let's see what we've got from Richard.
Hospital.
Hospital. That's it. When you put it all together, you see it works. Dumb Dora's so dumb, she thinks a panhandler is a guy who works in a hospital. I reckon now for a word from Penny Youngman on the end
He
there.
was a doctor.
Dumb Dora's sister, Patty said. Is that nice?
Did you say that about Joyce?
No.
I thought it was really for sure a gold miner. You know,
You're
see,
tagged
A
why
gold
I
miner.
said that.
pans
Yeah.
for gold.
That's right, a guy who
Right?
pans for gold.
I said kitchen.
Kitchen. Okay,
makes
so that's
sense.
none for you, and yours is yet to come. But right now, coming your way, friends, here it is. Now, shall we carry on? Okay, are you ready for yours?
Right.
Middle of round one coming up. Robin did not score with hers. Let's see how you do with yours. Now, how many of you believe in reincarnation?
I do.
I guess almost
I
everybody.
sort of
except
do.
for-
I hope it's
Well,
true.
you may find this hard to believe,
I'm atheist, thank God.
but in a former life, Brett Summers used to be blank. In a former life, Brett Summers used to be blank.
There's so many things.
Yes, there are.
Be in the intensive care
What
ward.
came to your mind first? That's it.
Oh,
I don't know how to spell it again.
Can we get you one of the Smith brothers?
Should we explain to America that I just had a minor attack?
she swallowed a truck is what happened.
His meanness.
Can we get you building anything? Is there something we do?
I'm
Are you all right?
fine.
Yes. She needs a room, yeah. Okay.
Wait a minute.
Gary, what are you doing? Changing your mind?
I don't know how to spell.
Well, don't worry about the spelling. I'll figure it out.
All right, wait a minute. I'll be right there. Is it daylight saving time?
Now, Janice. You may or may not believe in reincarnation. You may find this hard to believe, but in a former life, Brett Summers used to be
A man?
a man.
Would that were true, honey.
All right, she says Brett Summers used to be a man in a former reincarnation. What is it? What do you say there, Ron?
Don't ask me why this answer came into my head, because I'm even too young for this.
You did what we told you to do. Trust your first instinct,
Yes,
right?
I watched her vamping back and forth while we were in commercials. So what about Theta Bera?
Theta Bera. Theta Bera. Yeah, well, that's a possibility.
Yogi Bear is more like
All right. Stop
He's
coughing. When I
about
tell you
it.
stop coughing, stop coughing.
He's about as funny as a kick in the blank, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
I remember Marie Antoinette used to wear. I'd say because Marie Antoinette.
Marie Antoinette is
used to wear those wonderful wigs. They used to have to cut a hole in the door.
Elwigos. Now, Gary.
This is going to come as a surprise to people because people think that you know, I'm always putting her down and all that jazz, and we're really the best of friends. This is a kind one for a change. I said Adolf Hitler.
I said he was about as funny as a kick in the blank.
Yeah.
I was right.
In a former life, Brett Summers used to be a man, according to Janice. What say you to that?
I say in answer to Gary, she was Gandhi.
Yes.
Mahatma?
From one extreme to another.
All right, now we come to Sir Richard.
I must say that I'm disgusted with Gary's answer.
Oh, really?
It is an insult to a dear, darling lady.
Yes.
In previous life, she was Attila the Hun.
Well, it's rape and pillage time. Okay, Joyce, what do you think?
I just think that Richard and Gary are terrible.
Yes.
I mean, seriously.
That's
I don't
a
know
bit
how
strong.
to spell this. I never do. But we're on the same wavelength because it's French. I said that Britt was Madame Curie.
Madame Curie, oh, that's a lovely thought. Oh, that's very sweet and
I hoped that
kind.
she could cure her cough.
And they both invented germs.
Okay, so at the end of round one, we got no score, and we asked Robin to make a selection here.
I choose A.
A. All right, listen carefully, Robin. Marge said, I just had a blind date with a doctor. At the end of the evening, we came back to my house, and he gave me a blank. Marge said, I just had a blind date with a doctor. At the end of the evening, he came back to my house, and he gave me a blank. Okay.
Hi there.
Terrific. There. Yes, good. All right. Now, Robin. Are you ready? Marge said, I just had a blind date with a doctor. At the end of the evening, he came back to my house and he gave me a blank.
A physical examination.
How does the sound of approbation feel to you?
Nice.
Good. That's applause. You will be hearing a lot of that in your lifetime. Now, Ron. We came back to my house and he gave me a, ta-da.
A bill.
A bill.
I figured he wouldn't wait till the end of the evening for the examination.
Right. We know the same doctor. Now, Brett.
Well, he's bitter because he just had twins, honey.
Yes.
The physical.
A physical. There's one for you, Robin.
Gary, you could have said I just had a date with the doctor, but you said I just had a blind date with the doctor, which led me to believe that he gave her an eye test.
An eye test.
That's logical. Ask the writers.
Okay. Hello, little lady.
No, I'm recovering. He gave her.
Here, her. Yes, he examined her. Okay. That's two. Richard, do you make it three?
Well, I certainly will. Chip in a couple of dollars. Robin, you're very pretty, and I love your hair.
Thank you.
But you have to be careful. If your afro gets any bigger, you won't be able to get into the studio. There's an examination.
Examination. Okay, now you're up to three, Robin, and we call on Joyce.
Well, I think he gave her, and you can take this both ways, a shot.
A shot. Yeah. Okay. So that's three for you. That means you've got to score three to stay in the game. Four will win another game for you. But before that happens, we've got to let this happen for our audience. All right. Are you ready? 3 to tie, 4 to win. Old Geppetto the woodcarver
I remember.
had a bit of a mean streak in him.
How mean was he?
I don't want to.
I'll tell you how mean he was. He once put a woodpecker in Pinocchio's blank. He wants
I got it.
put a woodpecker in Pinocchio's blank.
Now, before I write my answer, I have to find out how mean was he.
It's true.
That's the worst.
He really was mean.
He really was really mean.
Yeah, well, no, wait a minute. Not really mean. There's a fly in here, and a little while ago I saw a mosquito.
But what do you really mean?
Yeah. He had a bit of a mean streak in him. Not real mean. He once put a woodpecker in Pinocchio's blank.
I think he was very mean.
All right.
That doesn't make any sense.
Anybody
All right.
keep a goldfish in a
Everybody
little bowl
ready?
like that?
Janice, Geppetto the woodcarver had a bit of a mean streak in him. He once put a woodpecker in Pinocchio's blank.
Nose?
No. Once put a woodpecker. I don't understand that. I don't get that picture, but maybe you do.
Well, that doesn't make sense because Geppetto was the bad guy. If he was being bad, Pinocchio was only bad with him. It doesn't make any sense. I said, get this now.
Yes.
Woodpecker nestled in his limbs.
Nestled in his limbs. Okay.
Nestled.
All right. I don't think I understand anything.
I certainly don't.
What are we looking for? Yeah.
Little blonde girl as smart as a whip,
Yep.
cute as a button,
Right?
funny. Well, I can't go on with that. I said no.
No. There's one match. Okay. Gary?
The thing I never understood about Pinocchio is that he tried so hard to be a person and all he ever got to was an actor.
Yes.
Never understood that.
Go.
With a song in his heart and a woodpecker in his jammies.
Okay. No match there. Now, may we see yours, if you please?
Well, he says he had a song in his heart, but I said he had a woodpecker in his heart.
A woodpecker in his heart. Okay. And you, Richard?
The woodpecker was in his short sleeve shirt.
Short sleeve shirt. That wins the game. What did you have, Joyce? Congratulations. That's $100. Now, you'll stand by for a moment while we say good farewell to Janice Robertson.
Thank you very much. I had a really super time.
Well, listen, it was great meeting you, Janice. You got $600 for you together with our thanks. Janice Robertson, ladies and gentlemen. Goodbye. Push a button. Turn the thing. Okay. Now, I'll tell you how this part goes. We polled a recent studio audience, and we got their best response to this. Shot blank. Now, the answer they gave most often is worth $500 if you match it. If you match the next one, you get $250, and the third, $100. 3 of these people are permitted to help. It's time to, you know, when you turn sideways, I don't even know who I'm talking to. Yeah. Oh, no, it's all right. Yeah. No, and now when I was, who do you?
I pick
You pick.
Brett.
You pick Brett.
How about shotgun?
Shotgun is one.
That's what I was thinking.
All right. You got 2 more.
Okay, Richard.
Richard.
Something that Brett lives in, a shot glass.
A shot glass. All right. You got 1 more.
Gary.
Gary.
Shot put.
Shot put. Very popular athletic event. So now you've got shotgun, shot put, and shot glass. Do you want one of those, or have you got one of your own?
I want one of those.
Okay, which one?
Shotgun.
Shotgun. You think she's right? Well, we're going to find out in a moment or so if she's right or wrong. She hopes it's up there under the $500 response, but we've got to begin at the bottom and reveal, if you would please, the $100 response. Shot put is Gary's answer. Okay, that may be a good omen, Robin. We'll find out. Looking for shotgun, here's a $250 response. Shot in the dark. Shot in the dark, they had it over
We
there.
both did that player.
Okay. Last chance for shotgun. Here's the $500 response.
Shotgun, congratulations.
I'm glad you didn't match Richard. In a way, because I was a little nervous of your going over there to kiss him. And, oh, I see. You wouldn't have gone, you had it all thought out?
All thought out.
You were going to go walking back, I see. Okay. Well, listen, you've got the 500. That means you now have a total of 600. And you're going to play for $5,000. To collect, you have to match one head-to-head. This has to be exact. Whom do you choose?
I choose Brett.
Okay, Brett, you get ready to write. And Robin, please face me.
Throw Brett.
Here we go. For $5,000. Simon and blank. Simon and blank. Simon and blank.
I'm so torn.
All right, Brett is finally finished. Now, Robin, it's up to you to give us an answer which you think will match hers. What do you say to that? Simon and...
Garfunkel.
Simon and Garfunkel. Well, a couple of good ones. Brett, she says Simon and Garfunkel will match you. What do you say?
You know, I read.
Yes, a lot of books.
And all the time.
And she's a college
I don't know what
student.
came over me, because all I could think of was Simon and Garfunkel.
You're getting it together. We'll have this message for our friends out there in TV land. We just have time to thank everybody and say goodbye. Join us next time for Match Game 75. Gene Rayburn here.
This is Johnny Olson speaking for Match Game 75. A Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production. Stay tuned for Tattletales next over most of the CBS stations.